So, the holiday season is upon us. And like any other comic book reader and collector, I start thinking, boy, what can I get, for my case, for Christmas? And what can I tell my family? The same, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas? So, every year I take a look and I tell them what I want. And this year, I'm going to share with you what I believe are 20 wowzer type of gifts for any comic book collector. Stay tuned for the video. Maybe you have somebody you want to buy for, but I have to admit, this is just for me. What is it that I see, that I might want that I could tell my kids or my wife to buy for me? And I'm not talking about, any kind of Grail comic book or anything like that. If you can get that, that'd be great. But from my standpoint, what I'm looking for is stuff that can help me with my collection or information that, because I love history and I love comic book history, that might be something that I'd like to read. So let's start off. I've got 20 of them for you. And let's start off with the first one. And each one of these was looked at either on one of two sites, although you could look other places for them. Certainly Amazon was one, and the other one was Etsy. Right? And Etsy has some more kind of like interesting things that you might want to, that you don't see on Amazon. Though some things are duplicative. So let's start off with the first one. And I think for the first ones, we're probably going to go ahead with using Amazon and look for some reading material. So let me bring it up for you. And I bought this book. I bought it as a gift. I think it was for Rob Fatstax. It's Regrettable Superheroes. Now, I have to say that taking a look at this book, what you really want to take a look at is just some of the names of these heroes here. Fat Man, Dr. Hormone, The Eye, Bozo the Iron Man, Amazing Man, and more. Not overly expensive. It says here, we all know who Batman, Superman, Spider-Man are, but Doll Man, actually somebody that I like, Dr. Hormone, Spider Queen. It's really a cool book. And if you like that book, there's Regrettable Superheroes, right? You have up there. There's also Regrettable Sidekicks and Regrettable Supervillains. So 3 books. For 3 books, $50.29. Not a lot to spend on your dear old dad or husband. So I think this is kind of a cool book to be able to have. So next up is Alex Ross's Marvel Comics Supervillain poster book. Super Alex Ross art. Everybody loves this. And the poster book is really cool. Take a look at it. You can see at least some pieces of it. Look at that. What a great Loki is there. What else is there? Well, that's not Dr. Doom. You know that. Venom. So, this book on Amazon, let's put the cover back up there, is only $18.90 right now. All right. And the big thing about this is it's really good is if you look down here, you've got the poster book, and he also has a Marvel poster book, a Marvelocity poster book. He has a Mythology poster book for DC. So depending on what your comic book lover loves, you can get an Alex Ross poster book for him for the holidays. Okay. Next is a book I really like. Right? It's Marvel's Greatest Comics, the 100 comics that built the universe, with a foreword by Joe Quesada. Right? This is a 2020 book, so it goes back a few years, but it goes through each one of the comic books, and it has a lot of writing on it, that explains things. There you go. So Doctor Strange number 55 from October 1982. An entire article on that one comic book. I mean, it's really, really a terrific comic book. And if your comic book lover is a Marvel fan, you got to get him this book. And look at this. There's actually a Black Friday deal going on right now. $13.58, regularly $35. Still not a lot. Still not a lot of money. All right. And there are other ones as well. A Marvel Encyclopedia, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So you may want to pick up one of these as well. But I'm telling you right now, if you're a Marvel fan, you got to have this book, and you got to have your significant other, wife, girlfriend, what have you, or your children if they have money, just to buy you this book. It's not a lot of money, and you'll love it. I swear you'll love it, because I did. All right. Next one up. These are really cute. I don't have any of them, but I'm going to start picking up some, I believe. They are the tiny books, right? And it's a company that puts out these tiny books. And this one happens to be the Scarlet Witch, right? And if you take a look at it, what it says is, the journey of the Scarlet Witch and Vision is one of the most beloved stories in the Marvel Universe. Now you can hold this incredible love story in the palm of your hand with this tiny book that collects art and quotes from over 4 decades of Marvel Comics. Right? It's only 1 3/4 inches by 1, and actually 1.34 inches by 1 and almost 3/4 inches with the quotes. Hardcover, $10, and 192 pages, and there are others here. So here's the Spider-Man, and here's the Batman one. So all 3 of them right now is up for a sale price, $27.27. Come on. We're not telling people to buy us expensive stuff, just cool stuff. Just cool stuff. Next one I have is DC Comics Year by Year. All right. So it starts way back in 1938. You can see that with Superman. Goes over to Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. You know, all the way through. And so it's a visual chronicle. It says came out in 2019. It's just, for a DC fan, it's really, really a cool book, right? And again, there's other books too. DC Comics Anatomy of a Metahuman, and also Marvel Anatomy, Scientific Study of the Superhuman. There's a whole bunch of these books. So if you go on Amazon, you can see them. But for a DC fan, I would say this is a cool book to have. Next up, again on Amazon. Now, you got to show off some of these books, right? And there are different ways you can do it, but if you want to make sure they're protected when they're up in your comic book room or in your man cave or what have you, I've got a couple of these, actually 4 of these that are up on my wall, and they're really cool. They're comic book frames. It's a 2-pack you get for $24, and the good thing is they have acid-free matting, and the glass is UV polycarbonate protected, so you can put, I just have modern comics in them because that kind of works a little bit better with the size that's here, and have black frames. So take a look at that. But you can get 4 of them for $44.99. You can get the white frame instead of the black frame. So there's a lot of different possibilities. But if you're going to put stuff up in your room, you got to make sure that it's UV protected and that the mats that are part of it are acid free, right? And this particular brand does that for you. So that's another thing that you can ask for, or they can be bought for you. Okay, next one up. I thought this was super cool. What this company does is it puts together what essentially would be patent applications. Now, when you go for a patent, which is something that's built, you have to do a design of it, draw it out, and give it into the patent office to get the patent for it so nobody else can copy it. This happens to be a patent application publication for Iron Man suit. All right. It's only 1 page of it, you can see here. All right. And it's the page that has the suit, and obviously these particular numbers would apply to whatever it happens to be on the suit. So they show you how you can put it together. Unframed, it's 8 by 10. All right. Printed high quality photo paper. So I think that this would be really cool. When I thought about it, I said, well, they must have other ones, and they do. All right. Here's one for Captain America's Shield. You go down here too. Transformers, the TARDIS. I mean, it's really kind of cool stuff. So, this is on Amazon by Trends. So if this is something you think would be cool artwork for your comic book room, this is something you can get. Again, really cheap, not going expensive. We'll have some expensive stuff a little bit later on. All right, next one up. Now this is a little bit more expensive now, but I just thought this was super cool. Take a look at this. It's a Marvel Spider-Man Streetlight LED desk lamp. Isn't that cool? Geeky home decor. Let's get a better picture of it. So here it is. All right, look at that. He's hanging from the street lamp in New York City. All right, and it is a desk lamp. Click here to open it up. Isn't that nice? I mean, you got to have one of these. If you're a Spider-Man fan, for your desk, you got to have one of these. It's $79, actually $80 altogether. And you see here it's 7.4 inches deep, 17 inches wide, and almost 10 inches deep, high rather. Okay, so it's basically it's LED light, right? And it's just cool. So you can really light up your desk with this. And there is also a Captain America Art Deco 3D light that if you get both of them, it's $119. Pretty cool stuff, right? But I just kind of really like this Spider-Man light. Okay, again, $79.99. Next one up from Amazon also. Okay, now I'm a big fan of the BCW boxes, right? So here we are on Amazon with BCW. And as you see now, they have different colored boxes. So this person for Image has green, for Marvel red, and for DC blue. So now you can color code your boxes, so it's easier to go and find out what you've got in there. Of course, you've got the slip where you can put the index card, which is fine, but I just think the colored boxes are cool. All of mine are black so far, and I generally will go and buy the 5-box package, which comes in a nice box. It's not bad. You save a few dollars from BCW by doing this way, but I'll give you a hint. Look for these from some other sellers on Amazon and even elsewhere, because I've gotten them sometimes on 5 boxes for $95. One time I got it for $89. So you can take a look at that, and you can get that 5-box set for a lot less. I also use their Star Folios. I use it mostly for comic books that are not graded and encapsulated, but have been signed. I like to keep them separate in one of these folios. I got 4 or 5 of them that are filled up with signed comic books. So here we've got the BCW plastic short boxes. There's a blue one right there, the red right there, and the green right there. And the last one I have from Amazon is micro chamber interleaving paper. Now, you're going to say, what is that? Well, when you get a comic book graded, all right, they seal it, but before they seal it, inside, usually right in the middle, they put one of these sheets of paper. And basically what they do is that sheet helps to preserve the comic book by taking out the moisture, right? Now, our comics are made, older comics, Silver Age, a lot of stuff that I do, are made of paper pulp, and it turns the atmosphere turns paper into acid, and the exposure to the open air is a problem. So I've got a box of these, and I've been putting them in some of the comics my mom let me keep from the Silver Age, so that I can help to preserve them even more. A lot of them are not in the greatest of shape, as you've seen them in my video, and many of them I could see are getting to the point where they're turning brownish and crumbling. So my hope is this will help them survive, at least into the next decade or more. So $45, you get 100 sheets. That's 100 comic books. So if you have any older comic books, I mean, you can use them in the new ones too. The older comic books that are made from basically paper, like newspaper print, these are almost a must to have to help preserve them, right? Of course, you can send them over to CGC. They'll just do the same thing. It says here the same paper the CGC uses to preserve graded and encased comics and magazines. But if you don't have that, if you buy this and ask for it as a gift, all right, $45.99, ask for a gift, go downstairs to your older comics, put one in the middle on each one of them. And I think you'll be doing a good job in terms of preserving the comic book. All right, so let's leave Amazon. Let's go over to Etsy. All right, the first one I have on Etsy is simply comic mounts. Now, the reason I got this is that if you go on Amazon in the comic mount store, you can see that they cost a little bit more. But here you can get one for $5.99. Right? So obviously you can buy as many as you want. If you want to buy 20 of them, you buy 20 of them. But I put it here on Etsy, and I use these. I will be using. I have used them. I'm using it right now to hold up Volume 2 of Steranko's History of Comic Books. But you can also obviously put them on the wall. And when I have my comic book room in my refurbished house done, I'm probably going to be using a number of these to put some comic books up on the wall. Right. Next one from Etsy. This was pretty cool, I thought. Basically, it is a wood engraved comics cover. Right. So it's just like, if you take a look at this, just fantastic. Right. In fact, let me play the video for you. You can see because it'll turn it around. Look at how perfect that is. And they'll do it custom. So you tell them which cover you want, and it gets engraved on wood and sent to you. You know, it's fairly thick too. Not bad. So if you take a look at it, you see it's $40. It says low in stock, but I think you can get more. They're just concerned about getting it to you before Christmas. Wood, plywood birch, they sand it, they engrave it. It'll be a perfect gift for collectors. So it's something that I think is somewhat unique for $40. And so it might be something that you as a collector might want to give a hint to your children or significant other. Hey, you know, this is pretty cool. I like to have this. Maybe frame it and put it on the wall. Next thing from Etsy, which I thought also was pretty cool. If you're a Marvel fan, what they'll do is they'll take the Marvel comic book there, and they'll put your name down using the Marvel comics in the background. They call it Marvel Name Word Art Custom Print Gift. Right? They say birthday, Christmas, Father's Day, yeah, for anything like that. So again, if you're a Marvel fan, this is pretty cool, I think, to have your name in kind of the Marvel comic book style that's there. Right? And you can get it, the print alone is only $4.61 plus tax. If you want it framed, it's a little bit, just under $14. That's pretty cool. Next one from Etsy is, and I thought this was really nice, really nice. The sale is going to end soon, but you know, you're saving about $5 on this thing. But again, you're not paying for it. Somebody gives it to you for a gift. And what it is basically is they'll personalize your face. And if you want to put in a pet, let's make this bigger. You know, if you want to put in a pet, right, you can do that. If you want to put in your girlfriend, your wife, whoever, or if you're the comic book person, your husband, boyfriend, or whatever. I mean, how cool is this? So they'll put your faces on there, and you can be a superhero with your significant other and your pet. So they'll do any costume. That's what he's saying. This person's opening it up. you the Dark Knight. These people are opening it up. You do any pose you want. That's a cool one. All right. Look at that. How nice is that? All right. They tell you how to do it with the photos. You know, good photos. You don't want to look like this. Yeah. And hey, this Spider-Man with his significant other, I guess, Mary Jane. You know, I mean, just kind of super stuff. I really like it. So if you're interested in this, it depends on how intricate it is, what the price is, right? One character could be between $21 and $95. Two characters between $44 and $116. So you go through it with them. You can have a number of pets in there too. And pets add to the price. So you tell them what kind of costume you want, what kind of pose you want, any other details in terms of hair color, whatever. You just put everything down here that you think you want. And it's got really good reviews, 5-star reviews, right? With 932 reviews in here. So I think the shop is a good shop, and I think it's something that you might want to consider. Okay. Next one, in a similar kind of vein, is you can actually get a personalized comic strip wall art for your room. So it depends on what you want. It could be one page, you know, or 2 pages like this one, right? Black and white or color, right? So here you've got somebody going through the whole engagement thing, right? No words involved in that. You've got one where it really is kind of a superhero thing. Will you marry me? Hell yes. But I don't want a traditional wedding ceremony. No, we need a ceremony that's completely us. Sounds like a job for ceremonies with Kate. So this is actually like an ad for a ceremony person to put stuff together. Hi, I'm Kate, your friendly neighborhood celebrant, okay? And they go over it with Kate. Kate puts it with them, so they have a happy time about it. So, I mean, it's just kind of cool stuff, I think. You know, here's a 3-parter, all right? Okay, so that's, they have 3. Here's one that's framed with 1. Right. And, so, I mean, it's something that is unusual, but as a gift for the holidays, yeah, it says $35, but again, it depends on what you have. If it's digital only, it's $208. It says $35 plus. You know. It's 5x7, it's $227. If you want an extra panel, it's $35. So when they go through this thing, they'll go through it with you. They'll tell you what the price is. You can decide, you know, they can decide to take it or not. But I really think it's a cool option for a comic book collector or a comic book fan. Next one again is similar, as this is just a comic book cover this time. All right, so it's a little cheaper than the other one, but you see again, digital only is $172, and depending on how large you make it, it will be more expensive, up to $246. All right, so you tell them exactly what you want, including if you have a deadline with respect to that. And if you go through this, you can see Tempest. They pick this up. This looks a little like a scary thing or something. The Adventures of Nick and Eve. That's a pretty big one. Our Love Story. Wedding Special. Dr. Barnacle. With great length comes great responsibility. So, I mean, look at it. I mean, it's pretty cool. You can make up anything you want, put it together. And again, you can reach out to this company. They work with you on it. You know, again, I'm not endorsing any of these things. And some of these I don't have. So I'm just looking at them saying, looks like it's really cool, and it might be something that you might want to consider getting as a Christmas present, Hanukkah present, Kwanzaa present, whatever you celebrate during the holiday season. Okay, we got a couple more. Now this one I thought was pretty cool because it's one of the biggest ones that I've seen. You can get multiple cover frames, right? And you can certainly get them here in different colors, but this one you can actually put 10 comic books in. And what I was thinking was, you know, if you have a series, you buy 1 or 2 of these, you can put the entire series on the wall. I thought that was pretty cool because of the nature of it, all right? And You can see it's high quality picture frames, professionally framed, acid-free foam backing. That to me was important, right? And let's take a quick look at the video. Are your comics wasting away in storage? Frame and display. UV protection as well. So it's really, really cool. We're going to have to listen to this guy. So again, you select the option, the matte color, all right, and UV acrylic. And they actually put CBCS, PGS graded comic books horizontally, or CGC books as well. So that's kind of cool, all right? So they might be able to flip the same amount, it looks like 10. Yeah, they just put them horizontally instead of this way. That's pretty nice. I didn't even notice that when I put it together. So another one you might be able to get from as a gift, and this is on Etsy. And the last one, I really like this one, and I think, I don't know, might be something that I might want to for my comic book room when I get it. It's a Wonder Woman wall clock. All right, and take a look at this. You get it, and you know, downstairs, you get lost in time. You need to know what time it is. So the Wonder Woman wall clock looks like it's pretty cool stuff. All right, here it is, 10 inches in diameter. All right, here's the back, battery powered, and here are some 5 out of 5 stars. Okay. Look at that. Grandma gave each one of the kids a clock with their favorite comic character. All right. Dick Tracy. Grease. And there's Wonder Woman, which is the one I think I would go for. So, basically $50. All right. $43.50 during the sale. A really cool thing. Now, the last one that I'm going to bring up, I just went on a particular website, and this is up to you guys as to whether you think this is something you might want to ask for or get for yourself. Cameo has a number of different actors that you can get a birthday wish, a Christmas wish, anything from. And I just brought up DC and the CW to see what we get. And Tom Welling is the most expensive. You can get him to say something for you. He's $375, and these are just like a minute or two, so they're getting a lot of money. John Snyder, $300. Green Arrow, Stephen Amell, Neil McDonough is there. Batwoman, Michael Rosenblum. All right, a whole bunch of different people that have been on the CW, DC things. Now, Dylan Walsh was on CW. I don't know if he was on the first season of Superman and Lois, but certainly he's there, and he's also one. And Juliana Harkaway, who's on Arrow. Okay, we've got a few of them that's here. There's Laura Vandervoort, Supergirl, in Smallville. So just really cool. Aaron Ashmore, who was Jimmy Olsen on Smallville as well. So if you want Tom Welling, all right, he's right there. It is a little expensive, I admit, it is a little bit expensive, but you know what? If it's something that you want, it's a present. It's a present. Okay? All right. So, I've given you 20 different gifts that you can ask for a holiday gift from your family or from your best friend. And if you think you want to give one of these gifts, you can give one of these gifts too. We go from, pretty cheap stuff to some more expensive stuff. All right, so again, I have some of these things, and if I do have them, I tell you about them. But a lot of these I don't know. I haven't tried them, but I think they look pretty cool. And I would suggest that you investigate them if it's something that you either want to give or if you want to ask someone to give to you. But some of them look pretty cool. And I know I'm going to take advantage of at least 2 that I saw there. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. And thank you to my channel members. We are very close to having given now $400 to St. Jude's Hospital for Children with Cancer and the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Thanks a lot, guys. Be well, and I'll see you soon.